I'm the average male height at 5'9". This vehicle should be illegal. Yeah, who needs that big of a truck? Why? The decision by Florida to allow veterans to teach without degrees isn't the answer to the teacher shortage. This wouldn't be allowed in any profession that requires a degree, engineer, law, medical, etc., and shouldn't be allowed in education. Somewhere this Thursday, a guy is gonna brag over a dinner spread about how he got into the Capitol and never got caught, and his nieces and nephews are gonna turn him into the FBI, and the desserts are gonna be delicious. How come Musk's money isn't real money when he's supposed to pay taxes, but it's real money when he wants to use it to buy Twitter? My sister used to say boys are easier to raise than girls, and after her 17-year-old son was admitted to a psych hospital, I realized the assumption of treating boys like they need less guidance through life is such a disservice to their mental and emotional health. That Twitter engineer curb-stomping Elon on his own website, getting personally fired after a snitch tag, and then immediately being recruited by other companies is a hero, an icon, the moment. The tears of the Republican who cheated to win in North Carolina as his own son rats him out during his trial. Whoever thought owning the libs would be cheap never tried to acquire a social media company. You could be the dumbest billionaire in the world, he is. You're trying to piss off libs? Who the hell do you think buys Teslas? Conservatives? Same-sex marriage isn't gay privilege, it's equal rights. Privilege would be something like gay people not paying taxes, like churches don't. Tax the churches. Let's stop pretending there is any kind of separation here. They want to influence law, they can pay taxes. Athletes are prohibited from betting on games. Why? Because they could bet on their own game, then purposely lose or alter the outcome of a play. This is exactly why politicians should be prohibited from trading stock, because they legislate to enrich themselves or their donors. Good morning to everyone except these two, Alexander Taylor and Myra Brown, who sued over student debt relief and it got struck down. Assassin's Creed Odyssey lets you be as gay as you want. This takes place in ancient Greece, right? The Greeks followed religious doctrine, so they would kill somebody for being gay. Therefore, if this series, which prides itself in its historical realism, apart from the characters having an impact, is gonna add this, it's wrong. Lol, you think ancient Greece wasn't gay? I know ancient Greece followed Christianity. Do Americans actually eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, or is that just some inside joke you all have? No, I love peanut butter and jelly. General Mills, CVS, United Airlines, GM, Audi, Mazda, Porsche, VW, American Express, Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, Levi Strauss, Spotify, Ford, Dyson, Forbees, DirecTV, Nintendo, Unilever, and PBS have all suspended ads on Twitter. Get owned, Musk. An Arkansas school district installed 1,400 solar panels, saved 1.6 kilowatts of energy in 3 years, and turned a $250,000 deficit into a $1.8 million surplus. Now it's raising teacher salaries by $2,000 to $3,000, and surrounding districts are copying its model. Honestly, for an Arkansas school district, I am shocked. Good job. Crazy! When 7 Wisconsin hospital workers quit to work at another hospital for better pay and work-life balance, the first hospital didn't try to match the second hospital's offer. It instead got a judge to issue a temporary order blocking the workers from leaving. Yikes! Breaking news. Today I used a piece of wood that I kept in my garage since 2006 in case I might need it. Honestly, that's what you love to hear. In 1978, a man I'd never seen arrived at my kindergarten and announced he was picking me up as a favor to my mom. My teacher told me to stop being a crybaby and get in his van. Fucking 1970s, man. 10 years ago, my dad left highlighted Bible passages on the kitchen table for me to find, re-abomination, hellfire, you shall not lie with a man, etc. Today, he drove my partner to work early this morning because it was raining and he didn't want him to get wet. Now that's what I call character development. $20 a month to keep my blue check? F*** that, they should pay me. If that gets instituted, I'm gone like Enron. We need to pay the bills somehow. Twitter cannot rely entirely on advertisers. How about $8? How about, $0? If you pay for Twitter Blue, what's wrong with you? An anonymous tweeter pretending to be Eli Lilly and Co. spent $8 to put out a fake tweet that insulin is now free. Eli Lilly lost $30 billion in market cap today. This may very well be the best use of $8 in human history, minus the fact it's going to Elon Musk, so it's not good at all, actually. Millennials will make 2 times the amount of money their parents made combined and can only afford about 1/10 of the same things. Inflation is a bit. We should probably have a serious discussion about the ease with which a billionaire haphazardly purchased and immediately destroyed a company that employed 7,500 people and facilitated essential communication for hundreds of millions. Yeah. Having not gotten yet feels like I've been hiding in the back of a 2+ year long middle school dodgeball game and the front lines have been thinned. Why would Pennsylvania Democratic Senate candidate John Fetterman have a tattoo saying, "I will make you hurt"? Why did you cheat on your first wife and then hand her divorce papers while she was dying from cancer in a hospital bed? Ooh. In 1988, the federal government banned metal-tipped lawn darts because a single child died from one. I can think of a few things we should ban that hundreds of children have died from over the last few years. Biden and the Dems got exactly 5% saltier and the Republicans started acting like an Italian football player faking an injury. Never saw a fireman standing outside a burning building because they were too scared to go in. Maybe that's why there aren't any "F*** the fire department" songs. I administered Narcan to someone overdosing on my way to the movies tonight. When the EMS arrived, I let them know both the number of doses and how long ago so they could take over care. As he walked away, he said under his breath, "People shouldn't have that shit." Oh, what, so they could overdose and die? I'm sorry. Tonight I went to my son's open house. The cafeteria went over lunch-breakfast costs. For one child to eat breakfast and lunch daily equals $140 a month. I saw the look of panic in many parents' eyes who didn't realize the free lunch program had ended. Universal free meals at school must happen. Yeah, that's, how do you put it, kind of fucked up. My uncle expects the NFL to have 6 independent referees across the country look at video replays for a touchdown, but doesn't think police need body cams. If there's a movie about Elon, God, I hope there won't be, I want him to be played by Kathy Bates. Pretty sure Elon just spent $3 billion in order to ban the account of that kid who tracks his flights. Reminder to not be assholes to your local Russian-themed restaurants and businesses here in America. The 50-year-old grandmother who sells pierogi did not invade Ukraine. What's going on with Airbnb? No bookings at all. Has anyone seen a huge decrease in bookings over the last 3 to 4 months? We went from at least 50% occupancy to literally 0% the last 2 months. I'm just curious if this is something only going on with my property or if other people are seeing similar things. I'm in Palm Springs. Where are you located? The Airbnb bust is upon us. Breaking. House passes bill to fight price gouging on gas. Every single Republican voted no. Remember that in November? They had a chance to help us with gas prices and they all voted no. Reminder, if a team runs itself for 6 months while you hire a manager, you shouldn't be hiring, you should be promoting. I love when customers say compliments to the chef, lol, like, "Sir, we don't have a chef, that's Tyler back there. He's 19, stoned out of his mind and been cooking for 3 weeks, but I'll tell him, look, Tyler, that's a chef to me. Look, if I eat something and it's delish, tell him. I don't care if he's a real chef or not." I never understood why masks are so stigmatized here in the US. I'm from Japan, where we have been regularly masking since before the pandemic. When feeling a tickle in our throats during flu season, on crowded trains, etc., masking is our way of showing kindness to others. Yeah, but freedom. One of the surviving kids on CNN. "I used to want to be a police officer, but now I want to be a surgeon so I can help people." Burgers in Seattle just upped its minimum wage to $19. It gives workers free healthcare, 3 weeks paid vacation, 50% 401k match, and $9,000 for tuition childcare. Its basic burger costs $1.80, but I was told that paying people a living wage could make burgers cost $20. Reminder that Thomas Jefferson, who helped write the Declaration of Independence, also said we should rewrite the Constitution every 20 years so that dead people wouldn't rule over modern society. You ready for a radical statement? Here we go. An asthma inhaler that is sold to the Canadian people for just $27 should not cost the American people $242 for the exact same inhaler. It's true. And we've just hit another all-time high in Twitter usage, lol. Rome has never been this brightly lit at night, Nero. My GF's employer has sent all its 1,500 plus staff an email saying they need to start returning to the office over the next few weeks, and some brave insane soul has replied all with simply no. A North Carolina school baptizes 100 kids without parents' permission. My daughter calls me from the school and says, "Mama, can you bring me some dry clothes? I got baptized today," the parent of an 11-year-old told the Fayetteville Observer. What in the holy f***? These dudes that think Trump cares about them are probably the same ones who think strippers really like them. Wow, Mark Cuban launches online pharmacy that offers more than 100 generic drugs at an affordable price. For example, Cuban prices the leukemia drug imatinib at $47 a month compared to the $9,657 retail price. That's pretty cool. What aren't people talking enough about? How 70 to 80-year-olds are generally regarded as unemployable due to mental decline, skill mismatch, yet they're exclusively running the country. Kanye West is the biggest piece of shit on earth. Quote me. Pink knew. She always knew. Pitch. Who wants to be a millionaire, but the contestants are billionaires, so it's more of a threat. Biden refers to Marjorie Taylor Greene as, what's her name? That woman who believes in the... Anyway. I quit my teaching job and now make more bartending for 15 less hours a week. Also, I get blamed for way less and get told thank you way more. No lesson plans or grading papers. Remember this when people ask about the teacher shortage. As a Canadian, this is how it feels watching American elections these days. Everyone gets a puppy, 50%, diarrhea forever, 49.9%. My plan is to use the money to get humanity to Mars and preserve the light of consciousness. Can't you just f***ing pay taxes, please? This is wild. BMW is now selling a monthly subscription service for heated seats in your car. Monthly fee, $18. Annual fee, $180. The car will come with all the necessary components, but payment is needed to remove a software block. Welcome to microtransaction hell. They've seeped out of video games and they're coming for your seats, folks. I had an ankle fracture surgery canceled this morning because he couldn't afford his deductible. This guy will never run or walk without pain again. He will never work construction again. He has insurance that he pays for, and he still can't afford his necessary surgery. Shout out the American healthcare system. You suck. Just 50 Twitter advertisers have spent nearly $2 billion since 2020, and all seem to have stopped, according to a new report. NASA just hired 24 theologians to assess how the world would react if we discovered alien life, and I have a feeling this subplot in the season finale of 2021 is planting the seeds for the main storyline of 2022. Julie Briskman was the cyclist who gave the Trump motorcade the finger. Donald Trump was so angry, he demanded that she be fired, and she was. She was so angry, she decided to run for office and defeated the local Republican candidate. She has been sworn in now. That's what you'll love to hear. I know my mom and I would really appreciate if my father, Herschel Walker, stopped lying and making a mockery of us. You're not a family man when you left us to bang a bunch of women, threatened to kill us, and had us move over 6 times in 6 months running from your violence. Please wait for after election, please. Daycare workers who used horror mask to scare children charged with felony child abuse. Good. My Tupperware for the rest of their life after eating something with tomato sauce in it. Yep, good luck getting those stains out. Glad we could get this one out of the White House. How do men get through without crying? Bottle everything up until we die of stress-induced heart failure in our 40s, like real men. I was skeptical before, but after seeing his management skills in action, I think letting Elon Musk oversee the migration of Earth's wealthiest people to Mars is a great idea. Took my 6-year-old to a classmate's birthday party today. He was the only other kid there. His parents thanked me for bringing him and said he was the only one their son wanted to invite because my son's the only one in school who's nice to him. Teach your kids not to be assholes. My tiny Italian landlord strikes again. There's an attractive man here to see you. Haha, that's John. You can send him back downstairs. Is John going to be a regular guest? Well, John's a good friend, but he's gay if that's what you're asking me. You could get a straight guy here if you learned a good pasta. This Sunday, come upstairs, I'll show you how to make a risotto that will get you married and out of my basement. The day before Betty White died, my husband and I had a discussion about her possibly not making it to 100. Yesterday, we had a whole discussion about the Queen and how we didn't imagine she'd live much longer. If you have a special request, let us know. The Queen died. Brooke, I'm not kidding. We are killing all these old ladies, me and you. T-minus 5 years until I call this place my office? Yeah, okay. Lamau, the billionaire, earnestly trying to sell people on the idea that free speech is actually an $8 a month subscription plan. Your feedback is appreciated. Now pay $8. No. Also, what a terrible comeback, if that's what you want to call that. When medication says do not operate heavy machinery, they're probably mainly referring to cars, but my mind always goes to forklift. Get a load of this guy. Holy shit, Rand Paul just said he opposes healthcare for veterans because they can't prove they got their health problems while serving. Yeesh.